Hey guys, and welcome to a new video of mine. This one's gonna be about my ultralight backpacking, through hiking and long distance hiking pretty much kit that consists of like the things I have used in 2020 and what I'm gonna be using in 2021. So like the culmination of my last videos pretty much, but this time in English, so more people around the world can get to know maybe a different look at this topic and also like a slightly different opinion on this stuff. So the overall base weight, to take this as a preliminary, is right below 6 pounds, so it's 5.9ish pounds. So first things first, the pack itself is a pack I actually did make myself. It is based upon an Ioneer trail running pack, but made with slightly beefier and more waterproof components, more pockets and a little bit bigger, as well as still being quite tremendously lighter than the original. So I've really enjoyed this style of pack, so because you are able to put a lot of your weight in front of your pack to balance it with the true backpacking weight. So in my case, that's mainly those 2 bottles in the front, which is a tremendous amount of weight in this case, because those are 2 500 and 500 milliliter soft flask bottles, which I'm carrying up front. And it's also a really nice thing because you can just easily unscrew the cap and have a sip right on the go without having to work with a hydration pack or anything else. It's just really convenient and also balances the weight pretty well. So I have 2 of these on the front, and these are just a generic brand from Amazon, but they do work well, and I also have these for quite some time now. And so I have on this side basically my gloves. So I have a pair of fleece, cheap gloves from Decathlon, and also a pair of Kamlaika by Om rain mitts. That's important for me, especially because I tend to get really cold hands really fast. So that works really well in my opinion. Also on the other side of my layout here is some more stuff I tend to need really quickly. So my cheapo sunglasses by Decathlon, those are really light. I've used mostly the Oakley Holbrook in the past, but this one is even lighter, and also I have a little sun cap pretty much by Decathlon, weighs next to nothing, and also, which is especially important, an UV protective buff, and you just gotta love those things because they are so versatile. Also, on the part of the backpack facing my back, I have a really flimsy and most people wouldn't consider it comfortable, tiny sleeping mat by Gossamer Gear. It's the Finlight 1/8 inch pad, cut to torso length, and for my purposes it does everything I want. It's well enough insulation from the ground, and it's comfortable enough if you pay attention to where you camp. And also it's really nice having it at the back for some more comfort for carrying this frameless pack. Then on the other side there's a big elastic pocket. There's also some more pretty much shock cord on the outside to get some more stuff in, but I usually don't need it that much. But on the elastic I always have my trusty rain jacket. So this is the North Face Hyper Air Gore-Tex Shake Dry material rain jacket, and it's honestly the best rain jacket I have ever used. So I've had rain jackets in the past that would wear out. I've had rain jackets that just became a sweaty mess. But this one, it just works. It's phenomenal. It may be a little bit brittle, but in my opinion, it is the best rain jacket you can get for the money if you are a little bit careful with the materials. And has a double use in my gear because it is the rain jacket for one, but also I use it as a wind jacket because it is so breathable and it works really well. On the side, I do have my trekking pole. So this is a carbon fiber trekking pole by AceCamp. It is a fixed length, 120 centimeters, and is obviously my walking pole, but also to build my shelter. We'll see it later. And there are also some stakes at the back here, and these are some groundhog clones, 2 of those, and also 4 tiny mini Titan skewers. So those are 1 gram each, and so they are needed for my cook setup. You will see this one later as well. So that's that. I also do bring a really tiny umbrella with me, and that's also a thing I've got to love. This umbrella weighs just 100 grams, which is basically nothing for an umbrella, and it works as a obviously umbrella in the rain, but also as a sun protection when there's really sunny days, especially in the alpine environment. It looks a bit goofy, but I can actually put this in front of me and use it hands-free. So I've done a video of that as well. It's in German, but I'll link it below. So this works pretty well. And another thing I have at the outside of my pack is my water filter, and that's the Katadyn B3. A filter I've really got to love in the past because of its quick speed and filtration rate. I've used many different filters before, especially soil products, and they do work really well, but this one is just faster. And also with the bottle attached to it, I can get a total of 2 liters of water to carry along, and that's mostly enough for the trips I've done so far. So that's the outside. Let's get in the pack now. So inside we do have up front my Didi bag. So just your average electronics and health and hygiene stuff. I've also did a video of this particular Didi bag as well. It's in German, and I'll link it below. And then there's my cook kit. This is a really tiny S-bit cook kit. So it uses 4 gram S-bit tablets and the aforementioned Titan skewers to form a neat little windscreen. So I did a separate video on this, obviously also. So you can take a look there, but it just works, and it weighs less than a block of chocolate, so really easy. But I just put some examples of food in here, so I'm always carrying like a pretty much basic food bag, sort of zipper bag, and inside I have a mix of different bars, granola bars, as well as obviously some instant coffee. And my main thing I'm using are those prepackaged dehydrated meals I made myself. So these are really good portions of food. They are have a healthy balance of ingredients, and they are also really saturating, and you don't need nothing more. A little bit of hot water poured over, and you can also make it in the bag itself. so you don't have to take any more stuff with you that you don't need, and yeah, it just works. I am able, because of like the room I have up here, to also go pretty much a week or so with this pack when it's fully packed to the brim. Okay, now to the next things. This is my shelter setup, and this is also something I've designed myself, I've made myself. So it consists of two parts. The first and major part being this DCF and breathable DCF human fiber bivy bag, and yeah, that weighs next to nothing, has a size of like pretty much nothing, and is still a really nice setup and easy setup as well. So I did a video on this one, obviously in my link below, but yeah, I've just come to love it and I'm using it since. But there is a mesh at the top portion of where your head lays, so it isn't completely waterproof, is it? And that's why I do also have a tiny polycryo or polycro micro tarp made as well. So this will also be with me in my pack and will complement the bivy if it is like pretty much raining or if there's some more drastic weather out. Other than that, we get to my pack liner now. So I do have a pack liner in here, even though the whole thing is waterproof, just because I would not want my sleeping bag or my separate clothing to be damp or anything wet, because yeah, just added safety for like no weight at all. So, and inside here is first my C2 Summit Nano headnet, filled with all my sleeping equipment basically. So I do bring some special sleep clothes, and it's a luxury item, I guess. So I bring a cheap Decathlon t-shirt, some pair of sleeping socks, those are merino socks, and also a fresh pair of merino boxer briefs by Icebreaker. All in the headnet, which I could use in case of like really bug heavy terrain. I also do bring a 3FUL rain kilt or rain skirt, which has been used quite well and did work so far. Instead of rain pants or anything else, it did work. I also do bring a tiny micro towel, pack towel. I also bring some insulation in form of my MacPack Polartec Alpha Direct hoodie. So this is a piece of gear I really gotta love, and I've really grown to love, because it is a really light fleece material that is also quite tremendously breathable. So you could use this as a standalone whilst hiking, whilst climbing, and it doesn't get sweaty while still keeping you adequately warm. So it has a really nice microclimate that it's producing, and yeah, it just was well worth the purchase. And then there's another thing that's make your own gear, that's DIY, and those are my wind trousers. These are made of an 20D sil nylon material, I suppose, but yeah, I'm not quite as happy with the color and the weight. I could do it a bit lighter, I suppose, but maybe in a V2. And then we get to my main sleeping gear, which is this nice Cumulus Magic 125 Zip sleeping bag. It's a European brand in Poland with really good downs, really good down feathers, and I've modified this one to work as a quilt for me. So I've pretty much taken the sleeping bag and added some pad straps to the system to have a ultra light quilt setup that does keep me warm until pretty much like 5 degrees or 7 degrees Celsius. And then there's also at the bottom of the pack my tiny first aid kit. So like with some medicines and some bandages and yeah, just your usual stuff. Also some repair tapes and some patches in there. And the pack line itself, as well as, because I do have a tiny little extra pocket here, my headlamp, the Nitecore NU25, which I've modded that I have a really light headband on it, and also one of my most favorite headlamps because it's just so light and still has like a really good LED on it. So also nice piece of kit. Yeah, and that's everything there is in my bag. Okay, so let's check the gear I'm wearing whilst hiking next. So from the bottom up, I have two different sort of choices regarding footwear. Number one being my Vivobarefoot Primus Trail Soft Ground. These are some really nice trail runners, not waterproof but highly breathable, and yeah, they've did a really good job in the past and I really like them. But I've also experimented with an even lighter option, being the Meindl Pure Freedom shoes, and those are like next to nothing, you know, those are like pretty much nothing in terms of weight, in terms of just the way you feel them on your feet, but also without much of any cushioning or anything like that. Then the aforementioned shorts I'm using are by Raidlight, and these are shorts that have a like inner slip, so you don't need another boxer short, you're just gonna wear this solo. It also has really nice pockets on the side for your smartphone, on both sides actually, and also a tiny pocket here for some snacks, and a pocket for my wallet in the back with a zipper. So this is also a piece of kit I've really come to like. Really lightweight, really breathable, and also just comfortable. Then on my upper body I'm gonna be wearing mostly in the past Montan Sonic long shirt. So this is just a really light polypropylene long shirt that also has a good UV protection. So that's the main reason why I'm going with longer types of shorts in the past time. And oh yeah, I nearly forgot. Of course I also have some hiking socks. Those are Innovate Merino socks, and yeah, they do work really well. So that being said, I guess that's everything. I've put the link to my lighter pack on the video in the video description. And yeah, after all, I hope you did enjoy the video. You could maybe take one thing or another into consideration for your own gear lists. And yeah, other than that, I'm gonna wish you a